All right, working through some examples here. Um, on the previous page, we were looking at a situation where we deposited $10,000 in a bank account and earned 3% interest compounded monthly. So as we work through this problem, again, remember for the compound interest formula, it's that you deposit your money once and then you walk away and let it earn interest. So that tells us to use the compound interest formula that I've written again at the top of the page. And so the question is, how much will be there in 18 months? So the $10,000 is our principal. Our interest rate, R, is 3%, so 0.03. N is how many times a year you are compounding your interest. So since it's monthly, that means N is going to be 12. And 18 months is time is 1.5 years. So 12 times 1.5. Now, as you're going to enter this into your calculator, I strongly recommend that you go ahead, before you enter anything, go ahead and do 12 times 1.5. Get that that is 18, and then enter the expression into your calculator. Otherwise, you can get into trouble in terms of whether or not you need parentheses or anything around that exponent, and some things will go a little bit wrong. So I would go ahead and multiply out that exponent, then type everything else in using the parentheses as necessary, and you should find out that after a year and a half, you have $10,459.69. Please do not take for granted that that is what you will get on your calculator. Please try it. Make sure you know how to use your calculator correctly. For question B, we're going to do the same thing, but now it's after 15 years. So our time is going to be 15. Everything else remains the same. So 12 times 15. And again, I would go ahead and multiply that out. You should get 180. I would go ahead and type that exponent in as a 180. And after 15 years, assuming you don't add any more money to the account, you don't take any out, you will have $15,674.32. All right, and then looking at example 6. So a certificate of deposit is a way to save money at an interest rate that's usually higher than your basic standard savings account, except you have to leave it there without paying a penalty. So you are going to deposit $4,750 in a 5-year CD at 4.4% interest compounded quarterly. So again, we're depositing once and then we're going to walk away and leave it there, because if we don't walk away and leave it there, we have to pay a penalty. So the question is, how much do we have at the end of 5 years? So we're looking for the final amount in the account. Our starting amount is $4,750. Our interest rate is 4.4%, again written as a decimal. We are compounded quarterly, so that means that N is 4. And we're going to have that in the account for 5 years. So again, exponent is now 20, and entering that into your calculator, you should find at the end of 5 years you have $5,911.76. Now, at the end of the term for a CD, you have a choice. You can either withdraw the money, or you can go ahead and put it into another CD of your choosing, or the bank will just put it into a CD, and they put it into a CD earning the lowest amount of interest possible. So let's say at the end of 5 years, you decide you're going to take that money from this first account and you're going to put it into a new CD, a 3-year CD at 3.5% interest. So how much money will you have at the end of this next 3-year term? So we're going to start with that $5,911.76. This time our interest rate is 3.5%, still compounded quarterly, but this time we're leaving that money sit for 3 years. So now our exponent there is going to be 12, 4 times 3, and at the end of this next 3-year term, you should have $6,563.26.